What's up, YouTube? What's up, Extreme Gains family? I'm Chuck. This is Extreme Gains. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is or ever will be financial advice. Please do not take it as such. Today's Thursday, June 16th, 2022, and this is my Amc Gme and SPY Algo exposed daily update and preparation video for tomorrow, TGIFF, thank God and beyond. As always, I hope you had a great day in the market today, and I hope you took advantage of the volatility and you were able to make some extreme gains for yourselves. I'm going to go over all my regulars, my snake algo method for all three tickers, and some macro comparatives. So with that said, let's dig in. Real quick, my extreme gains from my scalp setups. They absolutely hammered today. I had 11 entries from trigger, the highest ROI being 190%. I had two 160% winners, 135% winner, a 100% winner, and then a couple 40s and 60s and 125 on the way down to complete them. So super grateful for them, super happy with them. I say it in every video. I hope you were able to do something similar and make some extreme gains for yourselves. As well, premium Discord members absolutely killed it again today. Unbelievable. Congratulations to all of you as well. And I know you don't have to say it. I know. I couldn't not do it. All right, here we go. On your screen is AMC and my current intra-week snake. AMC finished the day today down 7.67%. It is currently up 0.08% in after hours trading at $11.80. The current intra-week snake and its projection going into today, as we looked at it last night, fulfilled itself 100% candle for candle today, dead on. Moving forward into tomorrow and potentially beyond, if price action were to continue to fulfill it in this placement, you can see what the projection is from it. Now, if this were to invert mirror this upside move to the downside, just like it did over here, obviously I would expect this sort of movement. However, down here at the bottom, what appears to be potentially, again, on the ascending level of support, if it were to mirror that. If not, I would expect it to converge with this to the upside and fulfill that as it did over here. So that is what I am currently looking at with the intra-week snake for AMC. The macro comparative, as you know, I've been looking at two of them, the same one in two different positions, not two of them, one of them in two different positions, my bad. And this is from the previous double bottom right next door over here. And I looked at this in two different ways. I had been previously looking at it in this position. This is the flipped placement, by the way. And going into today, we talked about this being up here, potentially invert mirroring this movement. And I would expect that to show an M formation up here if it were to invert that to the upside. It did not do that. It was a complete rake to the upside. It hit the mid time frame third here and came right back down. The second additional position that we looked at this in last night was potentially it being in this compressed position like this, and this makes the most sense at the moment to me. So with that, in that position, it projected and fulfilled candle for candle today. Back to the downside here. You can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action continues to fulfill it in this placement. Then the other position of this is just straight up, not flipped. And here is the straight up clip and position of it. We talked about this in last night's video about it not fulfilling this downside movement that it was showing with these two single candles to the downside, one to the downside and one right back up, a complete rake. They raked it here. It looks like they potentially just went right by that, and now we've been getting candle for candle fulfillment out of it once again. So if price action were to fulfill this moving forward in this position, you can see what the projection would be going into tomorrow and beyond from this macro comparative in that position. Excuse me. So that is everything that I am looking at with AMC going into tomorrow and beyond. Next up is GME. GME finished the day today down 2.75%. It is currently up 0.02 in after hours, trading at 125.76. The current intra-week snake is on here. Again, we talked about this in two potential positions as well, just a extended and compressed. Really the same position, just a little more extended or a little more compressed. This is the compressed position, and it fulfilled its projection in this position last night. It fulfilled this downside move. You can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to fulfill it. It does look like it's kind of inverting this to the downside, this upside move. By the time we get into tomorrow morning, it looks like we'll probably be about here. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow, but that's what it looks like in that position and its fulfillment of it today. The other position that I had originally had this in was a little more extended in this manner here, if I can get it there. Pretty much right there, and that wick candle up was the fulfillment of that. I talked about this doing one of two things, either invert mirroring this movement up here and converging back with it, which it has not done, or it running itself up to that candle, coming back down like it was projected, and then converging back with it to start fulfilling it, and it's doing that as well. So both positions of this right now are still, in my opinion, valid, and they have fulfilled continuously. So you can also see from this what the projection is moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to fulfill it in this position. Then I have the macro comparative for GME, and just like AMC, as you know, it is from the previous bottom over here, and I've had to look at it in a straight up position and a mirrored position due to price action mirroring itself earlier in the comparative and with its fulfillment of that. And what I mean by that is this downside projection back here, it went upside, an exact replica of that, so I had to mirror it for that reason. And you can see here it did it once again, and here we are now potentially doing it again, where we're invert mirroring this downside movement and we're hanging up here. So if price action were to fulfill this in the straight up position moving forward, you can see what it would have to do that to the downside, right? All right, and then there is the mirrored position. So when it had inverted and mirrored that movement previously, this is what I had to do to get the projection and fulfillment from it. And in that position, it is also still valid right now. And you can see what price action would need to do to fulfill that going into tomorrow and beyond as well. Upside, completely different from downside, and the straight up position should be pretty easy to determine between the two of them. So that is what I am looking at with GME. Last but not least, SPY. Holy man. All right, SPY today finished the day down 3.31%. It is currently up 0.34% in after hours, trading at 367.91. The current intra-week snake is what you see on here now, and it projected and fulfilled 100% today, essentially candle for candle. We had talked in last night's video about this movement fulfilling here, and if it were to continue today, it needed to have this downside, hard downside move, and that is exactly what it did. So you can see moving forward into tomorrow and beyond what the projection would be from it if it were to continue fulfilling it in this placement. Then there's the macro comparative. The macro comparative is from the 08-09 correction and crash that I have been going over and tracking every single day on this channel since I started the channel in one form or another. And this is the extended version that I've called it on top of the current SPY chart. It has followed this suggested projected path, not a candle for candle projection, for over a year now with the clip that I have on here. I have been covering it here on the channel for almost 7 months every single day. And it as well fulfilled to the downside today. We were looking at this last night. I had shown this maybe potentially over here. I showed this, as you can see, the V-shaped recovery and the V-shaped recovery. And if I put that down in here, what appeared to be potential for this to have a short-term upside, rejection, and back downside. And this thing completely gapped down. It got its short-term upside in after hours last night. And then when market opened today, it gapped right down to the downside. And upon further inspection of this, I do believe this needs moved over a little bit right now. Something similar to that. And you can see there the fulfillment of it in that position. And now the gap down today that we experienced and the downside and what that could potential right here, my bad, right there, and what that could potentially mean moving forward. So tomorrow and beyond, you can see what the projection would be from it if price action were to continue to fulfill it in this placement. Now, like I said, I've been tracking this every single day. This is pretty much the reason I decided to do the video. If this thing were to drop out of here early, and it were to fulfill this and drop out of here early tomorrow, which the way it looks in the placement I have it right now, it does not appear to be the case, but it doesn't mean it won't. And if it did, and I didn't make a video saying about it and talking about it to document this for my personal documentation of this stuff, I would never forgive myself after tracking it every day for almost 7 months. So you can see here when I zoom out where we are at in that. And if price action were to fall out of there tomorrow, what the next movement is. Obviously, it's not the whole way down, but you can see what's up and coming if price action continues to fulfill this. I did put a video out. I looked at a thing today on the 9th, talking about crash inbound. And here we are. And if you look at the 9th, and I'm going to make a graphic for this. Right there's the 9th. I put the video out right here talking about crash inbound, and look what has happened. I caught a lot of hell for that video, and yeah, obviously you don't hear back from people when things come to fruition. So here you go, y'all. It's right there. So it appears to be a couple more days potentially if it continues to consolidate out through here. But like I said, if it were to drop out of here early, which I think it could easily do, you see what's next. And I did not want to leave that undocumented. So if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate it. That's everything I have for AMC, GME, and SPY. There will not be an update prep video out tomorrow night as it's Friday. I typically put one out Sunday night. For the weekly update and prep, we have Monday off where markets are closed. So I will not be putting one out Sunday. It will be out Monday afternoon / Monday evening. So look out for that one. Appreciate y'all coming by. Do yourself a favor, make some extreme gains for yourself in the market tomorrow, and I will talk to you all on the next one. Take care of yourself. Enjoy your evening. Later.